The park closest to where the Colorado River enters the plateau is Arches National Park, gaining national park status in 1971. Arches National Park has perhaps the most densely packed collection of massive and peculiar rock formations on the planet. Immediately upon entering the park, the visitor is greeted by Park Avenue, named after New York's famed concrete canyons. This Park Avenue is an incredible grouping of eroded monoliths, fins, and spires. All seem to magically change in the ever-shifting sunlight. Next, along the road cutting through the park, are formations called the Organ and the Tower of Babel. Off in the distance are the petrified sand dunes. Continuing on, almost out of nowhere, is balanced rock. Now the visitor is ready for the park's namesake, Arches.
At Arches National Park, you have a number of circumstances that have come together and acted in concert to create the arches. The first thing is that you have a couplet of deposits. Below is the very tight mudstone and claystone of the Carmel Formation. This is overlain by windblown sand of the Entrada Sandstone, which is very porous, where water can move through readily. And long before this area was exposed to erosion, these two deposits acted to conduct groundwater along the base of the Entrada Sandstone. And what this did is it weakened the cement between the sand grains in the Entrada, and this caused little pockets of it to become weak. When the area was uplifted, a series of vertical fractures were imparted into the Entrada Sandstone, and weathering along these joints or fractures caused these fins to form. In fact, there's a place in Arches National Park called the Fins. Well, because of this previous weakening of the cement in the sand grains, now they weather out into these holes and they break through these thin fins to create the many arches that you find here in this national park. And there's more arches in this national park than any comparable size landscape on the planet.
What's left is the most famous arch in the world.
Delicate Arch is one of the most visited arches in all of Arches National Park. And it's probably the combination of the hike up this gently sloping ramp that brings you to Delicate Arch, but then when you get there, you come around the corner and you see this fantastic arch that has the La Salle Mountains in the background. And the setting of Delicate Arch is really unmatched in the whole national park. You get this broad view, but then you also have an arch that rises dozens and dozens of feet around the surrounding landscape.
As the sun sets and the moon rises, the park takes on a whole new unworldly character.
Hi, I'm Bill Ambrose. If you like this video, subscribe so we can bring you more programming from our studio. Thank you for subscribing.